Have you ever encountered a very common problem? The radio simply stops working, starts to fail, or loses power. For most, the solution seems simple. Just change the batteries. But what if it's possible to go further, to give the device a new lease on life, saving money and helping the environment at the same time? Today, we will show how a bit of creativity and some simple tools can transform seemingly dead batteries into a clever solution, extending the life of your little radio and making your day more practical. First of all, it is important to identify the real problem. If the radio is not turning on or has malfunctions, the initial step is always to check the batteries. They are usually the main culprits in this type of situation. Before discarding them, perform a voltage test using a multimeter. Set it to the appropriate voltage, touch the probes to the battery terminals, and take the measurement. If the reading indicates that they are practically discharged, don't worry, this is not the end, but an invitation to innovate. For this, set aside one of the batteries and, with a utility knife, carefully remove the outer casing. Extra caution is needed in this step. Using the utility knife requires calm and precision, always prioritizing the safety of your hands. The goal is to release the positive terminal of the battery, which will serve as the base for our project. The 5mm syringe will be a key component in this process. Carefully remove the plunger, separating the parts to facilitate the next step. Using a utility knife, make a light cut at the tip of the syringe, always ensuring the precision of the adjustment. The goal is to ensure that the length of the syringe matches that of a standard battery so that it fits perfectly into the space designated for the radio compartment. By precisely aligning the length of the syringe, you ensure the ideal fit, preventing damage to the compartment and making the entire assembly more efficient. With these precautions, the modification will be ready to provide the desired functionality, maintaining the practicality and performance of the equipment without compromising its structure. Now, it's time for the secret of this trick. The positive terminal of the battery will receive a small modification with the soldering iron. Melt a little solder and make a dot in the center of the positive terminal cavity. Strip about 3 centimeters of a 1mm flexible wire and connect it to the newly made solder point. The purpose of this wire is to serve as a conductor, allowing the flow of electric current in the final assembly step. Special moments like this connect us even more, don't they? Tell us where you're following us from. Leave your state or city in the comments. And while we're on the subject, tell me, do you still have a battery-powered radio stored at home? Is it part of your memories or is it still in use in your daily life? Share your stories, I'm very curious to know. Insert the wire and the positive pole through the cut tip of the syringe. To ensure everything stays fixed and there is no looseness, use hot glue by inserting the stick in the correct place. Press for a few seconds until it solidifies, and that's it. You now have a solid assembly. If you are not subscribed yet, take this moment to join us. Here you will find a channel full of amazing ideas that will inspire your daily life. Now take the syringe plunger and remove the stopper, that rubber piece at the tip. Carefully screw in a small screw right in the center of the rubber stopper. It will serve as a contact point later when assembling these parts on the radio. This step may seem complicated, but it is essential for the proper functioning of the device. Here we have the secret of our invention. Separate 2 springs, about 6 centimeters long and 8 millimeters in diameter. These springs will be responsible for ensuring proper contact between the poles of the new improvised battery and the terminals of the radio. Take a piece of copper wire, wrap it around the tip of the screw that you fasten to the stopper. and make the wire pass through the inside of one of the springs, winding it in a spiral shape until it reaches the end of the spring. Then, insert the screw fastened to the stopper into the center of the spring, forming a fitting assembly. Now, to power your new power pack, use a 1.5V alkaline battery, like those used in small electronic accessories and calculators. Insert the positive pole of the battery facing into the syringe barrel so that it is in contact with the copper wire previously left there. Finally, insert the spring touching the negative pole of the battery, using the stopper as the top cover of the assembly. Now comes the final step. Place the other spring in the empty battery compartment of your radio so that it acts as an extension contact. Then insert the original battery that you adapted, now equipped with its new improvised battery inside the syringe housing, back into the radio. When you turn on the device and tune in to an FM station, watch as, magically, the radio starts working again, often more efficiently and for much longer than before. In addition to extending the life of your device and batteries, this method has other benefits. The new set is usually lighter, and the risk of leaks or minor accidents due to excessive use of old batteries is drastically reduced. By reusing components that would otherwise be discarded, you also contribute to reducing electronic waste, helping the environment. This type of gadget makes it clear that, with creativity, knowledge, and a little courage to experiment, it is possible to save, reuse, and innovate at home. If you liked this idea, leave a comment telling us about your experience and what other homemade inventions you would like to learn. Bet on your creativity, trust in your skills, and continue discovering how the simple can be surprisingly functional. Say goodbye to all antennas and get ready to discover an innovative, efficient, and extremely economical solution to tune your TV channels with great quality. To begin, the first essential material will be a VHF telescopic TV antenna. These antennas are great for their flexibility and signal reception capability. You will need a Phillips screwdriver or a flathead screwdriver to remove the screws that hold the metal rod to the antenna splitter. These metal rods are truly responsible for receiving and amplifying the television signal and will serve as the base for our new antenna. The next step requires even more attention and a bit of technique. Using an appropriate cutting tool, cut the part of the rod where the screw fits into the antenna splitter. At this stage, always use protective equipment. Goggles and gloves are essential to avoid any accidents. Remember, caution is never too much when dealing with sharp tools and metal objects. Now that we have the rods separated, let's prepare the 7 fundamental pieces for our antenna. You can use aluminum or iron, always respecting the measurements that we will detail below. It is wonderful to have your presence here. Write your name and the country you are watching us from in the comments. We love getting to know our viewers and finding out where you follow our content from. This interaction brings us even closer and makes our community more special. Tell us, participate, and be part of this moment with us. Your comment is very important and will be very welcome. Telescopic antennas represent a practical and efficient solution for electronic projects and small repairs at home. With their affordable cost and ease of finding them in specialized stores, they eliminate the need to improvise or adapt metal rods, providing more convenience and speed for those who need them. Additionally, their extendable structure allows precise adjustments in length, ensuring better performance and adaptability in various situations, making them indispensable for creators and repairers. Set aside an 11-position spindle bar connector. This connector will serve as the skeleton of the antenna, allowing each rod to occupy its exact place to ensure maximum quality in signal reception. Now, Insert only the metal rods that have been cut and have a diameter suitable for the connector. Assemble carefully, using exactly 7 pieces in total. The assembly continues. Insert 3 metal rods of thicker diameter into positions 5, 6, and 7 of the spindle bar connector. Fit them firmly and screw tightly to ensure stability and good electrical conduction. Next, insert the other 4 rods into positions 1, 3, 9, and 11 of the connector, repeating the screwing procedure until everything is secure and stable. If you are enjoying this content, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any of our videos and will always stay up to date with the news. Your subscription is very important so that we can continue bringing relevant and quality information to you. So, if you are not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button now and activate the bell to receive all updates firsthand. Attach a ruler and a marking pen to carefully measure the sizes of the antenna. From positions 1 to 11 on the connector, you will have 7 rods with sizes ranging from 4 to 10 centimeters, progressively increasing. 1 rod of 4 cm, another of 5 cm, one of 6 cm, and so on, up to 10 cm. This ensures the ideal configuration for capturing the various types of frequencies transmitted by television stations. At the end of this step, the assembly should resemble a fishbone, optimizing the performance of the homemade antenna. The assembly of the 7 metal rods, precisely cut between 4 and 10 centimeters, produces an intriguing visual effect when inserted into the signal bar connector. This setup immediately recalls the classic fishbone antenna, so common on roofs in the past. The careful alignment and varying lengths of the rods not only ensure excellent signal conduction, but also evoke a sense of nostalgia and technical ingenuity. With the cuts finished, it's time to prepare the internal wiring. Use a flexible wire about 1 millimeter thick and approximately 30 centimeters long. Divide the wire into 2 parts and, with an appropriate cutting tool and great care, slowly strip it to expose the copper. The goal here is to obtain thin copper wires, essential for conducting the signal to the TV receiver. Using copper wire to build a homemade digital antenna is a smart choice due to the excellent conductive properties of this material. Copper facilitates the transmission and reception of signals, ensuring better performance and clarity in capturing digital channels. Additionally, its flexibility allows shaping the antenna into different forms, optimizing reception according to the environment. The affordable cost and durability make copper wire ideal for efficient and economical homemade projects. After stripping the wires, make the connection. Wrap one of the wires around 4 metal rods of the spindle bar connector, always alternating the rods to prevent the 2 wires from coming into contact, as this could cause a short circuit and compromise the entire project. Repeat the procedure with the other wire, but now wrapping the remaining 3 rods. This configuration prevents short circuits and distributes the signal in a balanced and efficient manner. It is essential to perform this step precisely, as it will have a direct impact on the final functioning of the antenna. Now, to make the base that will provide stability to the project, use a piece of wood in a rectangular shape. Attach an angle bracket to it, screwing in only one screw to ensure mobility and convenience when positioning the antenna, whether on top of furniture or on walls. Next, take the antenna splitter and adjust it to the necessary size with a small handsaw. Firmly glue it to the angle bracket using a hot glue stick. The next step is to also glue, with hot glue, the already assembled spindle bar connector horizontally to the angle bracket, creating the perfect combination of functionality and aesthetics. The assembly closure is done by the final connection of the copper wires to the outputs of the antenna splitter. There are two main outputs, and each wire must be connected to one of them to ensure effective signal conduction from the metal rods to the TV receiver. With the device ready, you will realize how surprising it can be. It is a compact, homemade device, yet incredibly efficient. Now, everything is ready for the final experiment. Connect the coaxial cable of just 50 centimeters to the output of the antenna splitter and connect it to your television. There is no need for long cables. The secret lies in the quality of the assembly and the precision of the components. In a few seconds, you will notice how your homemade antenna can receive a large number of channels with great ease and image quality, even when inside the house, far from the traditional external antennas that are often vulnerable to weather and positioning. Share this tip with friends and family, as it shows how creativity and practical knowledge can make our daily lives easier, saving money and bringing innovation. Try it, adapt it to your needs, and be amazed by the results. You will see how your TV will come to life, displaying an even greater range of channels and impressive image quality. Thank you for following this step-by-step guide. Leave your comments, and see you next time with more amazing tips for your daily life.